I got the feeding tube put inside on June 27, Wednesday at 7 p.m. That's when the procedure was scheduled. It didn't take long. It took about 40 minutes, but I was out of it all the way until close to about 9 p.m. because that was anesthesia. Had to be given in order for this procedure to be done. And while I was getting the surgery, Heather was getting text updates and to let her know the procedure was actually done at 7:40 and actually started on time at 7 p.m. But while I was in the recovery room, I know I didn't get up until about 8:30, 8:40 because I woke up for a bit and I was able to see the clock and they took me back to the room. They placed it on my abdomen. That's where where the stomach is, and the tube was about like this long. I was able to get my feeding started on Thursday, June 28th, just to make sure that there was no infection and everything was fine before I could start the next day. And it had to be started slowly. It was like a big jug of, I guess, protein or whatever, and it had to work from about like 250 milliliters to the goal of 750 milliliters. It actually had to jump from like, when I started at 250 milliliters, then it got like maybe a couple hours, they jump start me on 300 or 350 or 400 and so on until I was able to do 750 milliliters a day or per hour. It was constantly feeding. So that way, the reason they had to constantly feed that because they had to monitor closely that I was able to do that certain amount or whatever amount I hit and see how my body was taking that brand of fluids. Also, they have to check my bowel movements too because they have several different kinds and not everyone can tolerate the same brand of nutrition because there are also expensive ones and also like cheaper ones. They just start me on the mid-level. And during this time, Heather and I had a company named Coram, C-O-R-A-M. And what they do is they provide home feedings for me when I'm out of the hospital, so that way me or Heather can set it up and I could do my own feedings at home until my throat can feel better and until I can eat orally. So I would need about, it wasn't Ensure, but it was a different company called Jevity, Jevity. It's just like boxes of same kind of nutrition that you would get from Ensure. And it's about like 315 calories on those little boxes. I would need about 7 of those a day because I need to hit my limit of at least over 2,000 calories. And 7 of those boxes was it was exactly 2,400 calories. But I wasn't able to do 7, but I was able to do 6, which was still 2,155 calories a day. So and I didn't have any problems while I was feeding in the hospital with the feeding at all. My body was basically learning to have food inside, and even for my bowel movements, it literally felt like a baby processing new food for the first time. So by the time I was able to get to before I even did that, since the feeding was constantly, I was not able to lie flat because that way they don't want to take the risk of that food getting into my lungs. So the bed had to be at least, if the most I can lay down was at a 35-degree angle. And the bed was able to check on that. So the nurses and even Heather at night before I even fall asleep, the lowest I can angle my bed was at a 35-degree angle. And by the time I was able to get to my goal of 750 milliliters, Heather and I were looking so forward to leaving the hospital because by this time, it already been a week. And there was one more thing that hit me that made me stay a few more days, and I'll let you guys know of what that was in the next video.